You may now start the station.
Come in.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Jessie and Savino.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm a physician assistant student, and I'm working under Dr. Smith. I'm going to be asking you a few questions today, and I'm going to report back to him. What may I address you as?
Sean.
Sean? Okay, great to meet you. So, what are you doing this weekend? Do you have any plans?
Yeah. Too bad they're all bad. I've got to study for a while. So.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay, so what are you doing? You're in Gainesville for school?
Yeah, law school.
Law school, wow, that's great. So, okay, well, let's get into why you're here.
Okay.
Tell me about that.
Well, the last few days I've felt my heart feels like it's beating, and it feels like it's coming out of my chest.
Okay, so you said when was the first time you noticed this?
I noticed this probably about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, okay. When was the last time you can remember it being completely normal?
Completely normal, probably before I moved to Gainesville.
Before Gainesville, when was that?
I would say about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, okay. So tell me a little bit more about this heartbeat. How does it feel to you?
Well, it feels like my heart's gonna come out of my chest.
Okay,
It feels like it's fast, but doesn't feel like it the right way.
okay.
Doesn't feel the
What
right.
do you mean by the right way?
I mean, like, I guess when the heart pumps, it doesn't feel like it pumps the right way. It feels like it's
Like the
off.
rhythm of it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So yeah, I'm going to give you a scale from 1 to 10,
Mhm.
and tell me how normal it feels. 1 being not very abnormal, 10
Okay.
being severely abnormal.
I'm gonna say probably about a 6 or 7.
Okay, 6 or 7.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me just repeat this back to you to make sure I'm understanding. About 2 weeks ago, you moved here, and you started noticing that your heart's beating out of rhythm, it seems like abnormally. It's
Mhm.
about a 6 or 7 you feel about that abnormal level.
Mhm.
Tell me about what you were doing around that time. I know you just moved. Did you have
Mhm.
anything else going on?
Well, the first time that it happened, since I'm moving from a new area,
Okay.
so things are a little different for me. But the first time it happened was I got done working out, and I got into my car, and I don't know if it's because I was thinking about how much I had to study
Okay.
or what, but I just all of a sudden I started feeling it.
Okay. Okay. So this happened directly after your workout.
Correct.
Can you tell me what you were doing during that workout?
I was doing a leg workout, a regular leg workout, where I was doing squatting and some deadlifts and some lunges.
Okay. Okay. So no cardiovascular workout?
No, but usually with the way I do it, I'm going to be pretty much out of breath the whole time. So.
Okay. Okay. Have you tried anything to alleviate this, to make it feel a little bit more normal?
No, at first I thought maybe it was dehydration, so I was drinking a lot of water.
Okay.
But I haven't really done anything to kind of
Okay.
to deal with it. I just try to take deep breaths
Okay.
and try to relax a little bit.
Okay. Has that worked?
To a point. I mean, it took me probably the first time instead of going to bed at normally like 10 o'clock,
Okay.
I end up going to bed at midnight.
Okay. I see how this is affecting you. It must be frustrating.
So it is. I
Okay.
just want to find out what's wrong.
Right. Okay. Now tell me about since that point. I know it happened 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
How frequently does it happen? Has it happened since then? Can you explain that?
Yeah, you know what? We had this project in class in which we were interviewing the client, or we put somebody on the stand,
Right. Right.
and I had to do it in front of the class.
Okay.
And it was I started feeling it then, and,
Okay.
and it wasn't a great feeling. So
Explain your thought process during then, or your emotional state during that time.
I was a little stressful being in front of a crowd. My previous job I was a teacher, but it was in front of younger
Right.
students, and that's not as stressful as being with your peers.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to repeat it back to you just to kind of recap. So about 2 weeks ago is the first time you felt this heart beating quickly, a little bit out of rhythm for you, just after you moved down, starting school, and you feel like there have been a lot of stressors going on in your life. Right after exercising, you're doing mostly leg, a little bit of upper body, but you always do some sort of cardio at the beginning. Right after that, you started feeling this for the first time. then since then, can you repeat when again that was exactly?
Probably I would say 2 days ago. So it was a Monday.
Okay, so it was a Monday. That was the next time that you felt this beating?
No, I felt it the previous week.
Okay.
Kind of, I guess, Monday was kind of what set me off to come to the doctor's office. But
Okay.
Previous week I was, drinking my morning coffee.
Okay.
Usually have about, I don't know, 2 cups a day.
Okay.
And right after that, I felt it again.
Okay.
I kind of tried to relax and take some deep breaths and, try to calm. And that kind of seemed to make it alleviate it a little bit.
Okay. The
But-
deep breaths and
Yeah,
the relaxing.
but it takes a couple. It
Okay.
takes anywhere from like a half hour to 45 minutes.
Really, to get it to go away. Does it go away completely, or can you explain?
It
how?
it goes away completely. It goes away completely. I wish I would have done that. The first time I didn't, know what to do the first
Okay.
time, but I did that the first time and it took a little bit longer. And then,
Okay.
So the second time when I was, in the morning when I was probably hopped up on coffee,
Okay.
I probably took about 45 minutes. I would say.
Okay. I'd like to know a little bit more about your diet.
Mhm.
Can you explain that to me? I know I specifically want to talk about coffee, but let me get an idea of what your intake is like on a daily basis.
Okay. Well, coffee, like I said, is about 2 cups a day. And just in the morning, I try to not drink any coffee in the afternoon. But they've come out with this new drink called Diet Pepsi Max, and
Okay.
it's got ginseng in it. And it seems to affect me a little bit more than just regular Diet Coke.
Okay. What do you mean by affect you? Sorry.
It feels like I get a longer. I feel more awake since I
Okay.
I haven't been sleeping as long because of all the studying
Okay.
and all the stress of law school.
Okay.
I feel like, just to, keep me going,
Okay.
I'll have that either with lunch or later in the day.
Okay. So 2 ways that you feel like are energizing you are coffee in the morning, and then you also try this Pepsi Max
Mhm.
also. Okay. Let me know a little bit about your exercise routine before and now since those heart beatings.
Okay. Before I would have a set time where I would do it. I would do
Okay.
it 5 a.m., get it done, I'd have the rest of the day to kind of relax.
Okay.
Now, because of school, and also the school doesn't open up till about 7, but my class starts at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So I don't have time to do it in the morning.
Okay.
So I end up having to do it usually in the afternoon or later at night. So
Okay.
it's kind of screwed up my routine. Moving to Florida and going to school is kind of messed up, a routine that I've had for the past
Right.
4 years.
So if I'm understanding, you used to before exercise in the morning, and now it's kind of moved
Yeah.
to later in the day.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you have any other associated symptoms?
No, I would pretty much say that the heartbeat, the racing heartbeat, I guess you would call it,
Okay.
is pretty much my main symptom.
Main symptom. Okay. And really quickly, do you have any kind of history of any heart problem?
I don't, but my dad and mom do.
Okay. What about pulmonary?
No, I feel like breathing. I'm okay.
Okay. And once again, if you can tell me how this has affected your life.
It's just it's kind of scary. I've never felt my heartbeat before, and instead of focusing on what I want to do is that study, I focus in on the heartbeat, and it's
Right.
and it's that's besides not being able to study. It help if it happens at night like I
Right.
did the first time. My sleep, it's
So
messed up.
it's affected your sleep pattern.
Mhm.
Can you go a little bit more into that for me?
Yeah, normally I get usually 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and I'm probably getting about 5 to 6.
Okay. Okay. 5 to 6.
So then what happens? I drink more caffeine. So.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, well, I'm just going to review real quick what we've gone over.
Mhm.
About 2 weeks ago, you moved to Florida. You've noticed one day after working out that you're feeling your heart was beating. Feels like it's kind of pumping on the outside of your chest.
Mhm.
And you would rate that 6 to 7 and how abnormal it feels. And you describe it as, pumping towards the outside of your chest. You haven't really tried too much other than deep breaths and calming yourself down. You've noticed it happens after exercising and have also noted your caffeine use. And it's really affected you. You're a student and you need to get back on track. So
Time is
we're going
up.
to work on this and I'll
Please
get back
leave
to you
the
in a few
station.
minutes
Okay.
and we'll give you a good plan. Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome.